Hello everyone, this is Brian Black here again, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about layers and layer blend modes. As you can tell here, I have a picture here of different layers of what a hamburger looks like. It's just, I thought it was kind of an awesome picture and a good way to kind of, show what we're going to be talking about here today. So basically, I'm going to get rid of this here just for a second, I'm not going to save that. We're going to talk about layers and what layers are. In Photoshop, layers are one of the most basic things to know, or basic things that you can know, but one of the most necessary things you need to know how to use here in Photoshop. Now, look over here in this right section. See, you'll probably see the little clicks, but that's where I'm talking about. That little area there, each little one of these boxes right there that's highlighted, that I'm highlighting each one of those are called layers. And there are so many different kind of layers here that it's just crazy. But today we're just going to give you a general topic on what layers are. So basically, it's kind of like that hamburger scene in that picture. Basically, we're layering something on top of another thing, on top of another thing, on top of another thing. But basically what we're doing is we're getting the top view of it. So let's start off just to give you, for the people who are more visual, let me show you from the very first thing. So starting at the bottom of all of this stuff stacked on top of each other, we're starting at the bottom and just show one of these. So we always start out, we have one image, that's just what shows. It's usually called the background layer. That's what you have here. And then as you keep stacking things on top, you notice that depending on which one's on top of it, they get, what's the word? They get stacked on top of each other. I mean, that's basically it. They get stacked on top of each other. And as you can tell, the more you stack on top of each other, the crazier it gets, and it can get confusing, and some people go, oh my god, what's going on? So that's kind of like what I'm here today to tell you guys about. I feel like that basically should have told you what layers was, and if not, then hopefully I can clear it up a little bit more. But layers, let me just start off with by putting text. Text usually can help anyone. We're gonna, I don't know, make this at 72 point. Helvetica. Sure, Helvetica sounds good. We'll make it nice and bold. So we'll do 1. But let's make it white. Actually, you know what? Let's make it red. Danger red. I love Danger red. Alright, so this is a layer. So whenever you type something, that's just another thing, whenever you type something, it makes a new layer down here. That's your text layer. So now we all know that this is number 1. But let's say I put number 2 up here. Number 2. Now here's the thing. As a layer being on top of it, it stacks on top. See how in our layer panels, it's on top of it. So that means it's not gonna like overlap and sink into each other. It's not gonna like, you're not going to be able to see number 1. Number 2 is just going to take over everything about number 1. And that's basically what layers is. I mean, I can keep going. I could do number 3, and then, hold on, and then number 4. And I can move all of these over on top. Oh, that's not what I really wanted. I wanted number 4. I can move these all on top. It might start getting a little harder to see, but let me just do it this way. And number 4. And how they all get on top of each other. Could be a little hard to see, but you can see that number 4 gets on top of number 3. Number 3 gets on top of number 2, no matter where it goes. And number 2 is always on top of number 1. But in layers, let's say you want a number 1 on top of 2. Number 1 now is above number 2. It's a little hard to see, but number 1 is definitely here. Let's just put number 4 over here. 4 is now below 1 and 2. 4 is behind number 2. Let me change the color of this actually, that might make it easier to see. And let's make it like sort of grayish white. But now you can see number 4 is above number 2, and how it's actually below number 1. That's layers. And that's basically all it is. That's all layers is doing for you, is stacking something on top of each other. And there are so many ways to get creative with layers, and there's this thing called layer blend modes, which is actually this little section right here. And each layer you do can have its own specific layer blend mode, which does amazing things. And it would take me, I don't know, maybe 10 hours to describe to you what each layer blend mode is. And here's all of them right here: normal, dissolve, darken, multiply, all these all the way down. You can go look up what each individual one does, but in my personal opinion, what I like to do is I open up an image when I throw it on, and I know I want to do something where I want to blend it into the image somehow. I'll actually, and here's a very helpful tip, is first click V to be on the move tool up here, and then make sure you're on the layer you want. If you hold shift and you click plus or minus, plus going down, minus going back up on the list, you can actually scroll through every single blend mode and look at each individual one and see which one you like the best. As I go through, I keep looking, I'm looking, which one do I like best? I don't know, I'm going to keep going, and finally I get to the one where I'm like, I like that right there. She blends in just how I want her to blend in. So that is layer blend modes. They just do so many different things that you might as well just go through the entire list looking through them. You can pretty much guesstimate by looking at them, lighten and darken, that they do certain things like darken it or lighten it. But still, if you want to really get creative with some of your images, go through all of them. Find the one that matches exactly what you're looking for. So that's basically layer blend modes. Basically layer blend modes and what layers are. I would love to show you how I made this image too, but I'm going to do that in another video. So I hope this helped, and if it helped you, please like and favorite the video and share it to anyone who you think it might be helpful for. Thank you so much.